shake it 3 times, you're playing with yourself. Blink-182. You know who Blink-182 is?
Yes.
You sure?
Yeah.
Might be a lot.
Whoa!
Brother.
You're dribbling, dude.
See, you didn't shake it enough. All this way just to go to CrossFit, dude.
Wow. It's a hell of a back parking lot.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's get this day going, boys. Good morning, Michael. You ready to go, baby?
I just woke up.
Just woke up. Is that a Tesla? You got autopilot on that thing?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got a Ram. I wouldn't even know what those things are optioned like, you know.
Man, 2:30 is early.
Are you guys both in the boat? We should have left last night.
I don't know. I haven't got up yet.
So you're not ready to do the intro yet? You might need another monster.
I'm ready.
You ready to go?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Putting wheelie bars on.
Wheelie bars.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't do wheelies, or so Michael doesn't do wheelies.
Something like that.
So we need a wheelie bar on the Dragster because
Traction.
traction.
Yeah, that's gonna be the cure to the wheel hop. So we can tune the tires, or
Okay.
tune the chassis.
It's not actually preventing wheelies. It's more or less like ground stability almost.
I think some guys like use them for that, but we're gonna use it for launching. It's gonna hit the ground as soon as we leave.
Okay. It's kind of like training wheels.
Yeah. See, the problem is usually they're heavy and I take them off and throw them in the trash and then like worry about suspension, but we don't have suspension. So Tony's gonna learn us.
All right, so we're here to see Tony at HammerTech Racecars, and you know,
Get learned.
get learnt, get learnt and get turned
That's right.
on some wheelie bars. I'll be perusing around the road if you know the tractor trailer land out here.
It's great scenery.
If
for
you
sure.
if I do get lost.
I was a little intimidated for sure. You pull the corner to like 6 semis with really nice trailers. Wow. Hello. What's up, man? Man, what a drive.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How you been?
Good, how about you?
Good.
Hey, how are you?
Greg?
How are you? I'm great, man.
Welcome to the crazy.
Break time.
Whew. That was tough.
Yeah. Thanks, Will. Appreciate all the help.
Sorry, guys.
Alrighty guys, like we said, we are at our man Tony's with HammerTech Racecars with Michael's rail today. We're gonna go ahead and get Michael situated with a wheelie bar so he can do some wheelies, or not do some wheelies, with the rail. So we're gonna be setting that up. Tony is the man. Tony's had his hands in a lot of different diesel race cars. He's got quite the history and past racing experience. So Michael's gonna dive in with him and kind of get the rail just situated. That way we can try and get that thing down the track successfully and keep going faster and faster and faster. So that's where we're kind of at today. Who knows where it's gonna go, but that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. So let's get after it. Way back in the day, like your history of racing basically started on some of the teams, I guess.
Even before the teams, I worked at a place in Lafayette. It's called McKinney Corp. And back then, they were doing like 90% of all the fuel car stuff.
Okay.
So there was basically two big manufacturers. So nobody built them in-house yet. It was like Hadman and McKinney that was here in Indiana. Started building chassis there and built everything from like all the force cars came out of there.
Okay.
I mean, I think there was something like 250 cars over like
Wow.
4 years that we built.
Wow. Gotcha.
So when Antron made the jump from Pro Stock Bike to Top Fuel in late 07, they wanted somebody that could like fix headers if there was a problem with the chassis, like be able to weld.
Gotcha.
You know.
Yeah.
So they all knew me from building the cars up
Yeah.
at Murph's shop, and they kind of just like hand picked me out of there, like, hey, you want to go Top Fuel racing? And stupid me, he's like, sure. So
Kind of a do all
yeah,
sort of say.
yeah. So work on the car, and then if anything needed fixed, fix it.
Right.
So I did that for man, a long time.
I don't know if we're allowed to show this yet. This is top secret. Have to blur it out.
What's cool is like with the 8th pipe coming out the front, so these could be your purges. So you could come out like 2 more, just screwed in like that, you know. So you'd have 5 solenoids with, like, you run your lines from your bottles to this block, and then you got every solenoid you'd ever use right here.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
This is your line out.
Oh, and then you
it
put the,
goes to
oh,
mega.
right, okay, gotcha.
So like, this usually looks like this, right?
Yeah.
And then you take this out, and that's what this is.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So then, because you know how we always have problems feeding them and making them look clean?
Yeah.
He took that variable out of it. You think 3 is enough?
3 375s? I think one of these would easily do 750 horse apiece. So that's, what, 2,000 plus.
Of nitrous.
With this maxed out, the restriction is the bottle. Like, you can't get any more out of the bottle
Yeah.
than you're going to use.
Like that should be able to dump two full bottles.
Yep. If you want more than that, you need to add a 3rd bottle,
Right.
which is kind of like, I planned for that. That's why I put 4 inlets in it. So if you had 3 bottles, you could put 3 lines to it and come out of this and run a 4th, just normal, you know.
Makes sense.
Wow.
But then you're talking like, that's a bunch of nitrous.
And then this is just like the mini-me?
Yeah, that's the one that I was going to use for like the streetcar stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's just normal solenoids.
This is what you had a PRI.
I got all that on my truck now, so I
Nice.
want to dyno it and see what it'll actually do.
Hell yeah.
That'll be sweet.
Oh, and then that was the one that you were gonna.
Try and make a whole kit or whatever out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, which I've got everything but the bottle mount made. So, I mean, it'll literally bolt on. Like, you don't have to screw anything in your bed, fender, like, everything bolts in. Hoses are done. Everything fits awesome. We can weld all that stuff up there because that ain't gonna change. And then all we gotta do is cut this back with the adjuster and the wheel measurement broken into it. and then we can just throw the top 2 tubes in and go do wheelies.
Oh, ma'am, thank you, ma'am.
No kidding.
So if you do like a 3/16 or 1/4 inch hole, a 1/4 inch gap, then when you weld that up, you'll hit the rosette and everything. You know?
Okay.
You got that. Slick back right over that hair, huh?
He's opening it up.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping that door open.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the door's open. Whatever you say, Dragon Ball Z.
Door get big.
This is usually where he gets slapped. Somewhere around this time.
Bingo. Okay, pass.
Pass.
So then that gets welded on each side.
Okay.
That way we can run the tubes from. Sweet. I like this. And you're left-handed.
Are you left-handed?
No, that's why I'm like, dude, he's left-handed. Cause so when you're doing cages and shit, like you can never reach like one side. I'm like, I need somebody that's left-handed to do all the shit I can't reach.
So he's good at welding.
Yeah.
And when he started coming around, I was like, sweet. And then he's like, oh, I'm left-handed too.
Like fired. I'm the other way.
Fired.
I need somebody
Get
left-handed.
the right-handed guy.
That was so nice.
Dawson, do you normally have problems drilling holes? I'll take that as a yes.
Sorry, phone broke up. What'd you say? It's not as much drilling as it is just drilling straight. Michael, what are we doing?
We are making all the little pieces of the wheelie bar. We got our wheel mount.
Okay.
It's got pegs on it. Just kidding. These are for the top bars. This is where our wheel will go. And then this is our left-handed thread side for adjustment. So there'll be a handle here so we can adjust that like right after the burnout. This is the piece that gets mounted to the bottom of the rear end. So Tony just made a bunch of sleeves to sleeve that down. We'll slide that on and get it welded up to make it as strong as possible.
Post-launch update. How was lunch?
My belly's so full and it was so good.
It was,
I don't know what it was, but
Doing a little rosette action over here?
yeah.
Is this the first wheelie bar you've built? Had your hands in building?
Built, played with, tuned on,
Really?
everything. Yeah, this is a big first.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of exciting.
Is it?
Yeah. Is it not?
You know, there's just a part of me that just loves to not have wheelie bars.
Why is that?
That's it. I don't know. It's just kind of like a cult.
It's a cult.
It's a cult. Like you don't run wheelie bars.
Yeah.
But you know, if you need a wheelie bar, you just talk to Tony. That's really all it comes down.
Hey, he is clearly the man by how fast he can set that up.
No kidding. I still would have been making marks on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, he just kind of thought about it for 5 minutes and was like, all right, here's what we're doing.
It's done already.
How are we looking? How are we living?
Oh, hot.
Hot?
You know, with 2 T's, of course.
Yeah.
You line that up?
Yeah.
I like this. This is cool.
I like it too.
All right, so what is that?
What is this?
Yeah.
This is the other end of this.
Mm.
You.
Left-handed to your normal thread.
Mm-hmm. And
Gotcha.
that way the wheel gets higher and lower.
Gotcha.
That's all I know. That's what Tony said.
for you, but
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Run that mouth. Go ahead. Let's hear it.
Yo, Greg, step in, man.
Step in.
I mean, Captain No Views here behind the camera.
Here.
I mean,
Here. Teach me something about something.
it's all in the hips. You know what I mean?
Let me see these hips.
You actually got to get down.
Wow.
You know, Michael likes to do product tags. If you didn't know, so we gotta
yeah.
get close up on the Tycon.
I'm here for that. Keep going. Wow. So we call.
Oh, you can't see that. Get up out of my business, dog.
This is a high stress situation. Can't handle the heat.
I'm sorry. I'm the one pulling all these views out here for my man. Okay, it is pretty stressful. He expects a lot. We just keep you around because you're fun to make fun of. I mean, what?
Wow. There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Behind the scenes.
I don't film it anything. It's all Greg.
The stuff that gets views anyway. Okay, I'm done. We're gonna make Dawson cry. You cannot win this game.
Man, anybody could buy a Peterbilt and take and just film it. Like,
I gotta go.
I had my earplugs in the whole time. What
Yeah.
were you guys talking about?
I'm pretty sure he said anybody could buy a Peterbilt and film it. I mean, I don't think you can buy a Peterbilt.
you're right.
Yeah, just say it.
Just Greg, his camera guy.
Greg, who?
Yeah, exactly.
They call me Greg B.
Hey, look, it's Greg C. Greg C can't afford a haircut either.
Have you seen Greg A's haircut? Yeah, it's pretty non-existent too.
The fine person who does happen to trim and cut my hair and beard is on maternity leave. So if I look like a scrub, I don't go to anybody else.
Me too.
You do your own hair. You're on maternity leave too. My bad. I didn't mean to come out like that. I'm sorry. Cody's got his reel up. What? Cody's got his reel up. I don't know. Bet you he still pulls more views than Daw does. Well,
No, Greg doesn't like anyone else's stuff.
that is incorrect. I have been liking everybody's stuff here recently.
My
Thank you very
stuff
much.
has 0
Recently,
likes.
like last 2 days.
Took you about 2 weeks to comment on Michael's video. Had to wait till it popped off first.
Oh, hey, that's.
Oh, no wonder it popped off.
Let me comment on
No
it.
wonder it popped off. It's because I commented on it. That's when it started taking off.
Why don't you adjust that hat there, big dog? Well, that's pretty freaking awesome.
Definitely awesome.
If you just cut it straight and had them, you know, your shear points like right there.
Yeah.
So if you 45 them on 2 different angles like that, then your shear points like whatever your 45 is. Now we can put the tires on, set it at right height, and then we can get your height of that, and we'll cut it back. Then we'll have the bottom bar set. Then all we're gonna do is make the 2 tops. We'll leave one side loose because this will actually have a slip tube like that with, you know, a 2-inch tube
Oh, really?
in there. So
That's
this will
the
sit
support.
like that, and then you'll make a small link, and then the top bars actually have a crossbar
Okay.
that this welds to, and then those are on slips too, just so it gives you a little bit of, you know, you want to be able to turn this for one.
Yep.
Yeah, the only thing that thing's trying to do is keep this from bowing. Gets welded on here,
Okay.
so then you can
Pushing all
you can
of
turn this.
And what are you doing now?
I screw them both in all the way, and then I unscrew it so that they stay centered in travel.
Okay.
So we'll do about 3/4 or so.
3/4 of an inch here.
Yeah, that way you can go in and out a 1/2 inch and not have to really worry about it. So we just need to know how much this is going to shorten from here to here. So we'll take like 14 inches off that.
You want me to weld that piece on this?
Sure. 593, which is shade over 9/16.
Ooh, those are nice.
Oh yeah, I love these things. 593.
It's beautiful. Beautiful. Wow.
We love that.
Yeah, you gotta get some of these things.
That's cool.
Yeah. 2 inch, 1 inch, 3/4 inch, 3/8, quarter, 3/16, 8ths, 16ths, and 30 thou, 32 thou.
What brand is that?
Fireball.
What are you doing?
We're getting the bottom bar put back together. So this is our piece that we welded up. We had a couple sleeves in there,
Yep.
and this will get welded in here. And then our other pieces, we need to get those. We'll weld those down there. And all the adjustable pieces with all the threads and right hand, left hand threads. We'll get all that welded up.
That look like top?
Yep.
Right there?
Yep. It's passed down 3 generations.
Yeah. That's cool. It's one of those that, I think that whole kit was like $7 or something one day. And I'm just like, yeah, whatever.
And they came with all different type sizes to get the.
There's like 4 different ones. Say 2 inches in.
That throttle control is serious.
Right? You gotta keep it guessing. Think you can tack those without welding my drill bit in there?
No promises.
No promises. Yeah, try to. And then we set this to our 2.2 degrees, and that'd be like, it was at ride height, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Right there.
Look at that. Just look at it.
Wow.
It's nice.
Wow.
Wow.
It's almost as nice as your hair.
Wow.
Good.
Yep.
Holy cow, we got a race car.
See ya.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Hear that vacuum cleaner? You hear that? Well, it's removable, so it's not on there, but.
Well, that was just anticlimactic.
You're like, what? Well, you thought it was on there, you know. if 30 feet wasn't long enough, you know, just add another 6 or 7.
Be sticking out the door.
Yeah, I figured you would cut a hole in the door and just put a red flag on the back and hopefully nobody hit it, you know? I don't know what it's going to do in the new race trailer, but we'll have to figure it out now.
Couple holes.
No.
More holes.
I gotta go home. All right, so we are back home in Kentucky. 2 solid days hanging out with our man Tony from HammerTech Racecars, and we are pretty much complete, right, Michael? We got wheelie bar action is about 99% done. We just got some finishing touches with some hardware that are kind of custom applied to the application here. So we're gonna order that up, but for the most part, we're ready to not do wheelies, so to say.
Not do wheelies and get rid of the wheel hop.
Yeah.
So the chatter, the violence, get rid of that. From the beginning, we wanted to make all that quick disconnect. So it's gonna have pins like these where you just push the button and they slide up. So it's easy on, easy off. And then once we go race, we do a burnout, and then we measure from either the bottom of the wheel. We're gonna make something. So
okay.
So it's quick, easy, fast kind of thing. Like you see some guys like have some wrenches and they have like
little marks on
them and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
So we can either kind of do something like that, or we're gonna have something that slides underneath, and then you have, this is right hand thread, this is left hand thread, and you can just literally twist this to adjust it.
Okay.
So, and then this is your lock.
So you just kind of spin the lock on there, and then that's it.
That's
literally just that.
Literally.
Wow.
And then you kind of like. Tony said, like, as it gets older, like, it'll wear in a little bit. It'll get a little bit more slop, like, in all the pins, especially if it's pinned in and not bolted.
Right.
Then you just kind of lift up. Like, see how there's just a little bit of movement there?
Yeah.
So, like,
That's what you want.
You lift up, and you take your measurement, and you adjust from there, and then down the track. So.
Interesting. You always see people do it a lot, but you're never like, you never have the pressure of, like, you're just about to go and you have to do it, and, like, you know, everyone's waiting, everyone's looking and waiting on you. Yeah. You're just like that guy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
100%.
It's gonna be that gal.
That gal?
That gal, yeah.
Does she know that yet?
Maybe. Maybe now she does.
So Lauren, you'll be getting lessons on how to do that. You got it in the bag. We already know.
This was getting finished up. It was like a, hey Tony, we need to mount some bottles.
Yeah.
And then he makes his own like carbon bottle mounts.
Yep.
And then he took it a step further, and
yeah, let's check that out. The bottles used to be all the way back here.
Yep.
They made a forward movement here.
Yep. He didn't really think like the weight bias was as big of a deal. Like this would be easier to change bottles throughout the day as you're racing.
Yeah.
So because these don't come off, they just separate a little bit here, and then they slide this way. So we talked about mounting them this way, that way, and they just kind of got in the way. So
yeah.
This was the best solution for it all.
So these are his bottle mounts, and you've had problems over the years with the carbon bottles are a little different than the white bottles that we run on a lot of other things. These bottles are just lighter, but they are different diameters, so mounts don't necessarily transfer over extremely well.
Yeah. Under extreme measures, like the 10 and 15 bottles are what you're referring to, and like these are specific to the 12, and like the other ones worked, but not with this violence, not with the tire shake. He gave him the good, like, it's not going anywhere. So I think we're good. You know?
I mean, as long as, I mean, if that's said, I don't, done deal. Cool.
I ready to close my eyes.
Ready to rip.
Could we have made that? Sure, but like, hey, what's it need to be set at? What angle does it need to be at? Where's the support need to be?
Well, all the slip sleeves and everything too, like that's just the wealth of knowledge of how it's put together. I mean, there's a big difference between like, hey, I built a wheelie bar, it looks very identical to yours, but it doesn't perform. And it doesn't perform because of what's in here. Like, yeah, cool, take a picture, copy it, but all the angles and the way it moves and the way it performs, like that's
Yep. And he went the extra step, like we set it down, and then we got air pressure in the tires, and then we made it do a wheelie just with a jack, and then we measured this again. And then we brought it down, and then we adjusted some more, and like he's just like, he's thinking the steps through. So.
Yeah.
It was really cool to be around. So.
2 solid days of brain power.
Yep.
A wheelie bar and nitrous bottle mounts later, here we are. Got a little more work to do before the track time comes, but things are getting knocked off the list very quickly. Wow.
Dude, has YouTube seen this thing floating? With
I don't know. Oh, actually, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think they've seen
Hello.
this sexiness.
No, I forgot about that.
Hello.
So the manifold is done, right?
The manifold is complete, and then we put a turbo drain in to support. Like it's basically like It's a drain with an integrated mount, so you don't need to rely on the header for the turbo to stay put at all. Like, it'll stay with that mount. This helps. The intake piping will help. That was at least the...
Got all your bungs put in.
Oh yeah, down here we got all the EGT bungs welded in. We try to put them real close to the cylinder head. And then Cody might be down here this weekend, and then we'll finish this stack too. Get a titanium stack built for that.
All right, well, that's pretty much gonna wrap up this video. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up. We'll put Tony's links to all of his stuff down below. Again, HammerTech Racecars, if you guys have any race car needs, Tony is the man. Nitro stuff. He's got a lot of stuff coming down the line. You guys will see a lot of that stuff coming up in the future, some of the nitro stuff. But he has been a huge help and a huge source of knowledge for Michael and I to kind of take our stuff to the next level. It's always great working with people that have a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge. Tony has been the man for the wheelie bar project on Michael's rail, and some other stuff coming down the line. So huge thank you to him again for the 7th time. We'll see you guys in the next video. Videos of this thing running very, very soon, but appreciate you guys. We'll see you in the next video. See ya.